Dad was going to die. I was really scared.
So you called back.
911.
Are you going to give me an ambulance?
Are you going to swear again, you stupid?
Are we going to have a problem?
No, you're not going to one.
Problem, you lose your job.
Your dad's still on the floor.
Well, I'm thinking he's seriously hurt because he's still having a seizure, and it's a really long seizure. And I'm thinking that I want to, complain about this guy because he shouldn't be hanging up on me.
So she calls back a third time.
911.
I just want to know what's your name because you're getting sued.
Good.
What is it?
Good. Good for you, because you're a buffoon.
After wasting more than 6 minutes, the cop finally called the rescue squad.
There it is. I kept getting a 911 call from this filthy-mouthed girl that wanted a rescue. I never found out what it was, and I was never able to transfer it over to you.
And that's the same story he told on the police radio when he dispatched a squad car to the house.
I kept getting 911 calls from this girl, hostile girl, requesting a rescue. No idea what it's for. I couldn't get through her comments.
Meanwhile, Adrian left her older brother to tend to her dad and rushed a few blocks here to police headquarters to demand help and file a complaint. By now, she was even more agitated, more profane, and louder when the cop greeted her with this.
Are you the girl with the foul mouth? And I said, yes. And then he came out from the back and then put me in the back room and then arrested me.
That's right. She was cuffed and cited for disorderly conduct and abusing 911, a charge that doesn't even exist. So, who is this officer who so badly mishandled such an important job? He's Sergeant Robert McFarland, a 20-year veteran of the department and a man who did his best to avoid public accountability for what he did here.
Sergeant,
Get out of here.
help us understand.
Get out of here.
What were you thinking?
No comment.
What were you thinking, sir? You put a life in danger. You put the taxpayers at risk.
The officer, who makes at least $62,000 a year, has publicly said not a word at all about his conduct that day, while his boss has not ducked responsibility. Lincoln Park's chief of police, Tom Carnes, not only agreed to be interviewed, he was refreshingly candid and made no excuses.
It's not the station's finest moment, I will tell you that.
The chief frankly admits, my guy screwed up on this. But still, he says he just can't explain why it happened.
He never once asked her, what's wrong? Are you in an emergency situation? Do you need an ambulance? Is somebody dying? No, he did not. It's not, how can he... Obviously, something happened there. Something that is totally out of his
something
character.
happened. You have
In
a
fact,
power-hungry
my review of
cop who's
Sergeant
crazy.
McFarland's record shows several commendations as a Lincoln Park officer. He's repeatedly received positive performance evaluations and not a single disciplinary action against him ever before.
Anybody who finds their dad like that's going to be panicking, So I think they're trained to know that people are going to be freaking out when they call. I wouldn't feel bad if he got suspended, maybe fired.
Is it 30 days suspension? Would that be enough? I think it may be something where he will lose time over, and he will have training.
No, he needs to be fired.
He'll have his job. Yes.
Oh my God. Yeah, he'll have his job. Did you hear what just happened there? The girl calls up. She doesn't even, he's not even on the line. She drops an F-bomb. God forbid, words can hurt. Oh no. Again, we are so soft here. I'd use another word, but I can't. It's not an F-bomb, but I'd use another word. There is no reason this girl had to call 3 times asking for an ambulance to be hung up on by this power-hungry cop and then arrested when she physically ran to the police station. Think about that. Your father, mother, brother, sister starts having a seizure. You ever seen someone have a seizure? I've seen it happen. It's pretty scary. It's not, happy times, rainbows, and lollipops, guys. It is like, oh my God, someone's eyes are in the back of their head. Their body's shaking. You don't know what's going to happen. You're like, is this person dying? Are they having a heart attack? Oh my God, what am I going to do? She did the right thing. She calls 911, and they just spit in her face. It's just like, don't you know you address me with respect. You don't drop F-bombs. She didn't even call him a name. That guy they need to sue them. That guy needs to be fired, and we got to let them know that is not acceptable. I'm glad that at least the chief got on there and at least granted the interview, but that other punk, I don't care if you've got 20 years, buddy. This is a human life. This is real. Well, I'm fired up over that. Let's go to a couple more callers. Let's go to Kyle in Washington. Kyle, you're on the line. Yes, sir.
Hey, Jason. Yeah, that was ridiculous. That had to happen. That cop regardless of what she said, an ambulance should have gotten to that house the minute that phone rang the first time.
He should have never hung up on her. Can you believe he hung up on her 3 different times? She didn't hang up the phone. My God.
Nothing else. He should be sued and lose his job. You know what? People disagree with that. I'm not apologizing. Whatever. He should be sued and lose his job and looking for a job like so many people are right now, including me. But,
what else you got for me, Kyle?
Yeah, I just want to really quick, this cyberbullying thing, just another spit in the face of the Constitution, freedom of speech. You say something like 9/11 was an inside job. You say that, you give your movies as references, to look into it, and then someone, reports your IP address, and then, you're screwed.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Xbox Live went after some of these 9/11 was an inside job tagger names and all that other stuff. My tag name, not that I'm ever on Xbox Live, I can't even remember the last time I powered on my Xbox 360, but it's Jason Justice 911. Oh, God forbid, 911 Justice, you might be a domestic terrorist. We better check this DHS document. And they just really canceled people's accounts. We did that report, I want to say, last summer. That started to happen. But like I said, they're trying to totally and completely take over the internet. They want to save the mainstream media outlets while going after the alternative media. They know they're in trouble. They know they can't get away with this forever, especially with an open internet, Kyle.
Yeah, they don't want the truth out. They just want to give you your American Idol, your Hell's Kitchen. That's what they want to give you.
Yeah, Dancing with the Stars. That's very important. Steve-O and his drug addiction on MTV, that's very, very important. We got to help the drug addicts.
It's just sick. It makes you want to go outside and just scream.
Yeah, no, and sometimes I do just go out and scream, give it that tribal, ah! I thank you for the call, Kyle. We're going to take Eric, Rick, and others on the other side. We got Joe Bannister coming up. Remember, Joe Bannister, in America, Freedom to Fascism, former IRS agent. I really want to get his take on these MIAC reports, these DHS documents. That should be a really interesting conversation. I also want to show these out-of-control cops at this Scientology protest. Not much of a protest. They don't get very far. Oh, no, they're wearing a V for Vendetta mask. That's not legal. You can't wear masks anymore. Excuse me? What's going on here? I'll tell you what's going down. The Iron Fist is hammering down on the U.S. populace. It's the Infowarrior with Jason Bermas, PrisonPlanet.tv, Infowars.com.